Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to be looking at key milestones again, especially as we head into the weekend. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, Bitcoin has unfortunately, for the last 3 weeks, been going sideways. And honestly, while we might consider that somewhat unfortunate, you could look at it in a different perspective and say, well, if you're accumulating Bitcoin, this is just giving you nothing but time, right? We're looking at now 3 weeks, 21 days, where Bitcoin has basically just been going sideways. And I know it's easy to get excited when it goes to 64K or 63K, but look, so far, it's just been a bunch of sideways movement. Are we likely going to break out of this sideways movement at some point, either up or down? Yeah, probably, right? We're not just going to stay between 58K and 64K or 64K forever, right? We're not going to do that forever. We certainly will break out one way or another at some point. But I wanted to look at some key milestones. Now, a lot of times we look at that 20-day moving average. Currently, we're already below that, right? We're already below the 20-day SMA. You can see we have bounced off the 20-day SMA a number of times in the past. But actually, what's more interesting right now is probably the 21-day EMA. All right, the 21-day EMA is what we held as support during this little bunny hill over here, right? We held it as support a number of times, and then we finally broke through, and then we dropped all the way from, say, 48K or so down to 40K, right? About an $8,000 drop. This rally, we've held it as support a number of times as well. And the reason I'm doing this video is because we are in fact coming to test it as support again. So I do think it's important to watch. Now the 21-day EMA is currently at 60,467. 60,467. So if you're watching to see if the 21-day EMA will hold a line, that is the area that you would like to watch, okay? Now, some other averages that we might want to be somewhat interested in. We have the 50-day. I don't think the 50-day is honestly that important. The 100-day was interesting mainly because of its, of sort of like the area that Bitcoin bounced. We know it was off the 20-week SMA, but it also corresponded to the 100-day SMA as well. So the 100-day SMA sort of held as support, but we also know that the 20 week is the catalyst that can send Bitcoin much higher, and you can see that's basically where we bounced off of. So the 100-day, the 20-week, and then the 21-week EMA. So look, as far as I can tell, as I've been saying for months, right, Bitcoin technically is in an uptrend, right? It technically is an uptrend, and I understand there's a lot of bears that are calling for it to go back down to 30K. I think that's highly unlikely. I think that we're still technically in that uptrend. We know that anytime we've held the bull market support band, we haven't gone below those prices ever again. Now, does that say it's always going to play out like that? Probably not. I mean, if you fast forward in time 100 years, I don't think every single time Bitcoin holds the 20-week as support, we'll never go below it. There's going to be some point where that trend breaks. But again, so far, every time Bitcoin has held the line somewhere, we've never gone below that price again. And this is a fact, right? It's a fact. We've never gone below that price again. If you just go back and look at all the times we held the 20-week, even here when we held the 20-week, we still technically did not go below that price ever again. So we look at it today, and we know that Bitcoin held the line at approximately 39K, 3940K, somewhere in that area. We also know that we are in fact technically in an uptrend, and of course we like to be technically correct on this channel. If we sort of dubiously draw that line out, we can kind of get an idea of where we currently are in this uptrend, I suppose. What's another thing that we were looking at in the past was, are we continuing to emulate this first bunny hill? Right, these are bunny hills for Bitcoin. No one's getting out of bed for a $61,000 Bitcoin, I assure you. All right. One nice thing about this move is if we are coming down to this line, at least we're going sideways and not dropping into it, right? That's actually a better approach, because we were at the same price October 14th, and at that time, when we were at this same exact price, it would only take another 10% rally to get to the top of the uptrend. Now to get to the top of the uptrend, it would take a 25% rally and would take us all the way to $76,000. So we definitely have a lot of wiggle room now. If you were to take that bar pattern from the move from 29 to 53K and then just overlay it, we have actually fallen off of the trend a little bit, okay? If we zoom in here, you can see that in fact we have fallen off of that trend a little bit. if we were to continue to keep pace with it, Bitcoin, it's sort of doing something similar in the fact that it's just going sideways, but it's doing so at between, say, 58 to 64K rather than, up here in the 60 to 70K region. Okay, so it is slightly underperforming our first bunny hill. Okay, the second bunny hill so far is underperforming the first bunny hill. Doesn't mean we can't catch back up. In order for us to catch back up, if you're curious, we would need to, if we can make it to 74K, 73, 74K by mid-November, okay, then we've caught back up, okay? But again, that is a tall order at this point, because in order to do that, Bitcoin would need to rally approximately 21% within the next 13 days, 12 days, really? 12 days, 13%, 21% in the next 13 days. Is it possible? Well, hell yeah, it's possible. It's Bitcoin. It can rally 20% in 13 days. It can rally 20% in a week. So we know that's possible, but I should point out that we have fallen off that trend. And so far, we've just been moving sideways, okay? As I've said before, I think these are fun times in the market, especially. Maybe not in the sense of FOMO and stuff, but just in the sense of being able to relax a little bit, learn about various projects, accumulate what you want to accumulate, and not have to watch it go up or down every single day. It's kind of a nice phase of the market. So I would recommend enjoying these phases of the market, and then just using these phases to come up with a plan on how you're going to navigate the market when it starts doing something other than just going sideways. Because again, we will break out of this range at some point, whether we break out to the upside and trend towards, say, 80K, or whether we come back down to this one and go back to 52K or 53K or something, and maybe you want to potentially buy that dip. You should have a plan in the event of either move here. So remember, if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, get the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. We also do the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com if you want to know how I am navigating these markets. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, click the bell icon, turn on notifications, and I will see you next time. Bye.